Hi everyone, I'm back. Now, frustratingly, we're going back into lockdown, and that means that, again, we're away from the ice. However, what we learned from the last lockdown is we can use this time when we can't skate to work on other areas that support our skating, things like our strength, our flexibility, our cardio fitness, our performance. We get in front of mirrors and step our program through and look at our facial expressions. And things like posture and alignment that are key and fundamental to the way we skate, but take quite a long time to work on, and we don't necessarily have the time on the ice to solely focus on that because we're trying to learn steps and technique and all of that. But this is stuff that feeds into our technique and how we do it. So we can use this time to our benefit to improve those things. So I'm going to go back to some of the things that were in my first lockdown video. Things like lines and things that I also brought later, and like posture, and try to explain those and recap them, and let's make this a focus, something we can get better in the next few weeks, hopefully just a few weeks. So first things first, posture. We talk about this a lot because it's key. Posture comes first to me. Anyone that's been taught by me on the ice will know that I say posture is rule number one, and then we have our knee bend, we have our extension, we have of course our edges and our timing and our rhythm for dancers or whatever. But before any of us can do anything, dancers, free skaters, whatever, posture comes first. So ribs in, hips under. We have a nice strong straight back, cores engaged. Okay, so it's nice and flat. Bottom's not out, the bust isn't out. Okay, it's all just one straight line. Feels a little bit like a corset around there. Shoulders are back, but they're not hyperextended. That makes our ribs flare. It's just relaxed. Head up, pulled in. So I've got a strong straight back. I've talked about the lift shaft, so that when we bend our knees, we bend through the lift shaft. We don't lean forward and give in to that. We keep ourselves nice and straight. You can practice this by being against a wall and bending down. So there's the wall. And bending down there into like a wall squat, and coming up so that we're not leaning forward, because it doesn't work. So if we stay on the wall, we know that we're bending. If we bring our feet in a little bit closer, they should actually be, and we can bend down there. They should be fully back against the wall. Bending up and down, you can practice bending with a nice straight back. Okay, lines, big one for me. Okay, skating lines, there are 5 that are kind of fundamental to skating. We're going to practice just holding on with a chair. So line number 1 is our turns line. So we're going to, I know I click and crack all the time. It's like a coupe behind, you will have heard me talk about that, anyone that's been taught by me. I've still got that good strong core engagement, the arms out. And I bend, and I lift up, nice and strong, down and up. Now, I've mentioned on the ice a lot about the 45 degrees. So if my skating leg, my supporting leg, is 0, and 0 is directly behind it, 90 is out to the side, so 45 is the diagonal. And that's where I'm going to place. My toe is pointing, my knee is pointing because they match, they're in line. My knee bends over my toe. And I keep pedaling up, keeping strong. Move the arm around. Okay, my shoulder from the back. Okay, 0 degrees, 90 degrees. There's the 45. Down and up, keeping the back strong and straight. Down and up, down and up. This is a great thing to do as you warm up before you get on the ice as well. Some of these positions. Right, now position number 2 is our basic skating line. Okay, we do turn out our feet, but take it to there. So our heels are 0. Do slightly turn out. Front foot, which rotates from the hip. There's my 45, 90, 0, 45. So I can go and push along from where like the coupe would be to the 45. Into my skating line, so my toes behind me, so if I were to come forward it would be there, and I can sweep it back, the toe points behind, ribs in, hips under. I'm lifting from the bottom, and I'm going to practice bending and rising, bending and rising through that position there. Good. I'm going to show you from the back. There, turn out, bend and go along the 45. And up, down and up, down and up, maintaining that toe pointed height. That's our basic pushing line. It's like landing positions as well. Line number 3 is our cross line. So this one goes also to the corner. So 0, 90, 45. Now we get the illusion of the toe turned out, but in actual fact it's turned in. We'll just take it back to have the illusion of turning outwards. I'll show you on the other side so you can see it because that's in the way. So it's turned in to have the illusion of turning outwards. Now I would be slightly turned into my circle or hugging the circle as you will have heard me say on the ice, for those of you who've been taught by me. Okay, so if my circle's here behind me, I would be hugging that circle and up the 45. So I'll show you from behind, my circle's here to the side. Good way of thinking about this. Swivel, hug the circle. Okay. Turn in to turn out, and again you can rise and bend. Practicing that. Line number 4, we don't need the chair for. It's our pumping line. So think of back crossovers, and it's here. Our bodies over our skate, and that's applicable to all of the lines, that our bodies over our supporting foot, no matter which one you're doing. And same here, bodies over the supporting foot, we're reaching out. 0, 90, 45's in front. I would hug my circle, ribs in, hips under, low as we can, we get the knee bend. Okay, sit there and we can practice down and up on that. Same that way, from behind, there, looking over my shoulder, hugging my circle. 90. 45 degrees even. Final basic line is our foot backwards, our basic backwards pushing line. So this time, here's 0 and here's 90. The foot does come straight in front, but it's the toe that's pointing to that corner, so that our legs are generally quite close together. And again, we can do down and up, bending through our lift shaft and squeezing, bending and squeezing. Back, you won't really be able to see it because it is much more in front, but you can see that toe is turned out, down and up, down and up. There are basic lines. We talked about posture. The next thing we can bring in is getting those lines together so we can move from one to the other. So we can go to our coupe, turns line, out, following along that same natural line. So it's coupe to extension, rotate in, keeping the body over the skate. We'll just have to miss out the pump line. But you can see how my body stays centered over my foot. So I show you from the back. So there, following along the natural line, crossing, there. So it's all very smooth transitions. Okay, that's kind of really key basics. I will probably do some more videos over the lockdown looking at little ways we can strengthen that are very skating specific probably, and maybe some wider ones, but hopefully that's of use. These are great exercises to just get you going and to keep you conditioned and thinking about skating whilst we unfortunately can't get on the ice. Alright everyone, stay safe, stay well, look after yourselves, stay connected with friends and family through whatever means, and hopefully see you people soon. Bye bye.